Right, this is a message out to my psytrance family, but also the UK public and the drug culture in general, because this concerns you. Now, 5 years ago, I was set up for posting about COVID. Keir Starmer put a hitman essentially above me to mess me up. He nearly did kill me, actually. It was an unbelievable endurance. It was psychological torture of a horror that you would never ever even imagine. Nothing in your experience can compare to that. It took me this long to recover so much, and it changed me completely because I was so destroyed. It destroyed who I was. And since then I've been set up. The whole thing has been a setup since then. That's been the tail end of it. And since then, with the surveillance on me and stuff, they've been watching me for doing drugs, watching me for everything. That's part of the setup. But then, since then, they've been on to the guy upstairs called Steve. He got into the psytrance family through my contacts. Now, they were basically had a regional competition for drug distributors, 65 grand commission. So he picked a few out from there and then gaslighted some of the rest of them that were just sharing drugs, and they weren't dealers or anything, but that's the way that they're being picked on, as it were. And I was trying to warn the psytrance family to keep it quiet, keep it tidy. They didn't really believe me at the time because it was so far-fetched, but you don't know the truth out about the big V, about how much effort goes into that. And for the big posters, they obviously do put a lot of effort in. I heard there was 50 up and down Britain like myself. So this continued, and people on the scene over the last 3 years, there's been a disinformation thing, and there's been a poisoning of the bathwater. Made me out as dangerous, they've made me out as mental, fucked up on ketamine, whereas I've not been doing drugs. But the psytrance family, some of them have been saying that I have been doing drugs and stuff, which is totally undermined, and there's been endless arguments between the stakeout and the police at night, because they film me all the time. And the thing is, if they say that you have been doing drugs, they can put you into a mental hospital, which is what they want to do with me. They want me out of the picture, they want me shut up. That's what you call the setup, or they want me in prison. So they're watching me for doing drugs, and even people on the scene have ruined my driving licence, apparently. I don't drive on drugs. I don't have a beer on drugs. I'd have one beer. And they've been setting me up for everything, including the vaccine. They've been saying that I'm a researcher and everything. I don't talk about the vaccine at all. Never mentioned it in the last 5 years. The people that are on me mention it all the time. I pick it up in the conversations, which I try and deter them from waking me up 6 times a night by transcribing them. I'm just putting the content down. Now, it's often mentioned in there, amongst other things, including lots of relevant information to the psytrance and to the UK drug culture. But that's made me the most censored person in Britain. And because of its this endurance of 24/7, endless being stalked, and I know where they are, I pick them up. I have an ever-increasing sensitivity. And so if they come anywhere in my vicinity, I pick them up. And it's as real as anything. I can walk around them. I know the car that they're in. I know the building. I know the exact room they're in. I know where they are at all times. There's a direct connection when someone comes on you for 5 years. Any stakeout should never last more than 3 weeks, with good reasons. But this has made me a fascination, but also a security risk. That's what they've called me. Basically, they want to shut me up. They don't want me ever talking to the psytrance again. And when I get back, because they've driven me out of Britain because it was just too torturous. You can only take so much. It's like someone having a finger in your eye. You can only have it there for so long. It's just bad. When someone's on you like that, it's terrible. But again, the teams are back down here. They follow me everywhere. It's a very highly funded thing. The people that are running this thing are referred to as the important people. They don't want me talking to not only you, but anybody. And so when they go back, they want to section me. And people on the scene who are saying that I'm mental, you're not helping the issue. I'm so together, it's unbelievable. and you've not even had contact with me for 6, 7 years. How could you possibly know anything about me? And especially since they destroyed who I am. You haven't got much contact with who I am at the moment. I'm totally together. Now the thing is, these people are on me to set me up and you're not helping. And the irony is I'm standing up for you, the scene, the festivals and the drug culture essentially, because people are all been stitched up. Mobile phones are the technology through which, well, major part through which they do it, whether they're on or off. All the parties are being filmed. Everybody has been set up. None of you know about it at the moment, except a few do on the scene. Some people have been paid off. They don't realise that the drugs that they've been given have been supplied by the police now, because the drug distributors have been kicked out, haven't they? And so they can put whatever they want in the drugs. I've also heard that people have been setting my music up. How could you do that? How could you set anybody up on the scene who's part of your tribe? I mean, what the fuck are you about? You need to decide that. So you can get payoff. And I've heard other people are taking advantage of the situation, trying to capitalise on it. There's been people who've collected the stories to the newspapers. I've heard that they're destroying everybody. The psytrance scene has gone into a complete shambles. The people have lost the sense of what the corners are of psytrance, the values, the integrity of the people on the psytrance. It's become a load of backstabbing. It's just disgusting. What's happened to you? Act like a tribe. Stick together, look out for everyone. Because you're going to have to. Because what's coming isn't good for everybody. They're controlling the scene and a lot of you are going to suffer. Everybody is going to be censored, so I've heard. And that's not good for any of us who are artists. So I've tried to look out for you, so you try and look out for me. The information, if you want to know more, is on Saloni Sai on X. Aspect I want to tell you about is about my parents. They're 78 years old. They're struggling to cope right now. The police are promising to put them into a mental home. And this is a result of people on the psytrance doing what you're doing, setting me up. How can you do this to them? They've been through 5 years of hell. I'm their only child. And all you can think about is setting me up. And the police have duped you and gaslighted you into thinking that I'm affecting your internet connection, I'm affecting your music. Another aspect that they've played, I've heard, is that people on the scene are blaming me for putting the scene at risk, for posting about the vaccine. No, you were actually already in the magnifying glass and I warned you. No, I've not set you up, and it's often repeated in the stakeout. I've not set anybody up. They've gaslighted you to weaponize you against me. As I say, all the information's on Saloni Sai on X, and there's a downloadable file called The Conversations, which is available. Another thing, when I return, they plan to put me into a mental hospital to stop me communicating with anybody, including my parents. I've even heard there was a police vote that I would never speak to my parents again. They would put me in a high security hospital and then into a high security prison where I can't talk to people for 6 years because people in the psytrance have set me up. Why would you do that? I'm not even on the scene. You're saying that I'm on drugs, that I'm doing this and doing that. The police are putting you up against it, weaponizing you. The police plan to mess me up in prison. I've heard the most atrocious things, like ripping my ball bag off so I'll never have sex again, to spread rumours throughout the prison. Then I've heard that they want to section me when I'm messed up. So they put me in a mental hospital for the rest of my life. Now I'm totally together. I don't need any drugs. I don't want anything changing. I've got great balance, totally secure in myself, confident. And I've got you lot. Well, not all of you. But I've got some people on the scene who are affecting me, my parents' only child, and they're 78. They're supposed to be having a nice retirement, and it's the people on the psytrance which are ruining it when I need your support. Find out more on Saloni Sai on X.